Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. I know you can hear me. We'll sing together as we begin to get started. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. Let's sing that again. You I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. I'm gonna keep doing it until you sing with me. From you I receive, I'm serious, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. One more time. You I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. Let's sing together, and to rejoice. And to rejoice and come in. And to rejoice and come in. Today will be a joyful day. And to rejoice and come in. Wave to Cheryl, say hello. Hello, Cheryl, come in. Hello, Cheryl, come in. Today will be a joyful day, and to rejoice and come in. Open your ears to the song. Open your ears to the song. Today will be a joyful day. You can't sing this if you don't have a smile on your face. It doesn't sound right otherwise. Choir can tell you I say this all the time. Open your hearts, everyone. Open your hearts, everyone. Today will be a joyful day. Open your hearts and to rejoice and come in. And to rejoice and come in. Today will be a joyful day, and to rejoice and come in. Good morning to Reverend Sierra Marie. Good morning, Reverend Sierra Marie, and come in. You have to get it all in there. Good morning, Reverend Sierra Marie, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Good morning, Sierra Marie, and come in. And to Reverend Tony, good morning, Reverend Tony, come in. Good morning, Reverend Tony, come in. Today will be a joyful day, and to rejoice. And if you're wondering to yourself, why is Jerry making us sing before the service starts? Don't be afraid of some change. Don't be afraid of some change. Today will be a joyful day, and to rejoice and come in. One more time, and to rejoice. And to rejoice and come in. Sing out. And to rejoice and come in. Today will be a joyful day, and to rejoice and come in. Hey.
Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Danbury. I'm Reverend Tony Lorenzen. My pronouns are he, him. This is Reverend Sierra Marie Gerefao leading the service with me. We're glad you're with us this morning in the room, and we're glad you're joining us online. Hello, online joiners. Please take a minute to silence your phones. Every minister's phone goes off once in their career during a service. Never happens again. want to encourage you to take a look in your order of service for all this week's announcements and what's going on, and you can find a more comprehensive list of everything that's going on in the congregation in the order of service and on our website and our events calendar. And take a moment, if you would, to greet each other in the room and say hello.
Invite you to join me in the children's affirmation. The words will be on the screen. We are Unitarian Universalists. We are people with open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands. We care for the earth and each other.
Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing, show to us beauty, vision, and joy. Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing, show to us beauty, vision.
We have a chalice lighter helper.
Zelda's gonna come light the
Yay. We make this time and place sacred and special just by being together with each other. And each week we renew our promises to each other and ourselves by lighting the symbol of our faith, which is the flaming chalice. And I invite you to join in the words of the chalice light and affirmation together. Love, spirit of this congregation, justice is light, dwell together in peace, seeking and sweet the truth in love, to help one another and celebrate life.
We've been doing this one a number of times over the last year. Let's try to do it in a round. We'll start with that side over there. You'll sing, Rise Up, O Flame. Then you come in. Got it? Cheryl, hold it down over there for me. Here we go. This side first. 1, 2, 3. Rise up, O flame. Rise up, O flame. Show to us beauty. Show us beauty. Rise up, O flame. Rise up, O flame. Show to us beauty. One more time. Rise up, flame. Rise up, flame. Show to us beauty. Show to us beauty, vision, and joy.
I want to give us an opportunity to invite our beloved dead into the room with us, a time to connect with our beloved dead. In a moment, if you have them, you'll be invited to bring photos or mementos to our altar table. And in the microphone, whether or not you have photos or mementos to put on the altar table, you are invited to say their names, to call them into the room. During your time at this table, you are also invited to touch the water that ripples when we put our joys and sorrow milestone stones in them. That water has a little salt in it, reminiscent of the tears that we cry in our loss, our love, and our grief. Once salt dissolves in water, we can't see it anymore. It is with us and also gone. If you wish to be blessed by this salt water while you're at the table, simply hold your hands out for me like this or like this, and I'll place some water on the back side of your hand or on your palm, whichever you prefer. When you are ready, come to this table, this community of remembrance and love.
Kay Antonevich, Edward McCarthy Miller, Sr.
Joyce and Bob Tischler, my parents.
My son Brian, which will be with us forever, we hope.
Erica Brindle Bishop, and Bill and Gladys Becker.
Evelyn McNulty Newman.
I found a tiny picture of my mother and father, and I love it.
My father-in-law, John Wigglesworth, my dad, Robert Phillips, and my grandpa, Harry Phillips.
My little sister, Lisa Christina Hill, and my neighbor and good friend, Joanne Wells.
My husband, John Batista, and Elridge Shanley, monk of Dayspring.
Bill Edelin, who many of you knew, and my parents, Doc and Roma Peak.
My paternal grandmother, Claire McIsaac, my Nana, and in this picture she's with my great auntie Catherine and their sister Louise and their grandfather, who was wearing his Grand Army of the Republic hat. Miss her very much.
Keith Dupree and my parents, Mr. and Mrs. Loretta Lake Madsen.
My birth mother, Laura Just Asher, my beloved stepmother,
Sylvia Sikowski Asher, and my father, Leonard Sidney Asher.
Our grandmothers, Edna Irene Collins and Noemi Trumpeter.
Hind Rajab of Gaza.
Oma Kathy Cortina.
My parents, Tom and Helen, and my brother, Jay.
My father, Henry Ruddy.
All human cultures have had celebrations and festivals and rituals around death and dying. And this time of year is full of that sweep of history. Samhain perhaps is the most recent ancestor of our cultural celebration here in North America. A Celtic festival halfway between the autumnal equinox and winter solstice, it marks the beginning of the darker half of the year as the days get shorter in the northern hemisphere. It was a harvest festival and a time to honor ancestors like we did this morning, those who have passed away. And it was believed that this time of year was a time when the veil between life and death, between living and whatever happens after living, is thin, at its thinnest, easiest to communicate across and to travel back and forth between. All Hallows Eve, or Halloween, I love the Spanish name, La Noche de Brujas, the Night of Witches, is the vigil before All Saints' Day. And in our culture, it's turned into almost a modern dance macabre where people dress up as monsters and scary things and funny things. And we do our trick-or-treating and we carve our jack-o'-lanterns. And All Saints' Day, out of the Christian tradition, is November 1st, celebrating all saints. And yes, saints in that tradition, like we know by name, Saint Anthony, Saint Teresa, Saint Bridget, etc. But there's also something about All Saints' Day that a lot of people don't know. It's about also all the saints whose names we don't know. All those who have lived and died being good people, being a good example to others, who we don't know by name, to give them their own, in a sense, feast day or celebration. And since we may never have heard of them, we have a day to honor all the holy people. And in Unitarian Universalism, that's great because we believe every person is holy, that you're special and you're sacred. And so All Saints' Day becomes a day to honor all those who have passed and to remember for ourselves that we're saints too. All Souls' Day, which is today, November 2nd, is a celebration of all the people who have lived and died, every single holy person. And in Unitarian Universalism, we have a lot of congregations actually named All Souls because of our belief that all souls are indeed holy. That term saints, from All Saints' Day, is a term that comes out of the Christian tradition's Greek scriptures and words for holy. Hagia, the saints, the holy ones. So we think we're all those saints, those holy ones, all those people represented in our altar, all those people who are named, all saints, holy ones. So I invite you to keep that idea in mind, because later we're going to do an activity that is a certain way to honor all the holy people, which includes you.
There is a love holding me. There is a love holding all that I love. There is a love holding all. I rest in this love. There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love. We rest in this love. We rest in this love.
And as we rest in this love, so let us rest in silence for a moment. Blessed be, O Spirit of life. Blessed be, loved ones and friends. Another year's upon us as the wheel has turned again. We invite the ancestors one by one to join us here in our gathering. We lift their memory in our hearts in honor and share their stories with love. We share a harvest bounty and know deep in our hearts the past must be cleared away for the future to start. With the veil at its thinnest, we walk between worlds. We walk between past and present. We walk between night and day. We walk between summer and winter. We walk between life and death. We share a sacred and holy time with our loved ones and our friends, both those who are here, those who are not near, and those we have lost. Blessed be to those you love. Blessed be to those you've lost. Blessed be to you. Let our hearts be full of love. Our hearts full of love, we take a moment on Sundays to share what's in our hearts by sharing milestones, silent and then spoken. So I invite those of you who would like to come up and place a stone in the water to share a silent milestone to do that now. Let us join in singing Spirit of Life as affirmation that people have been seen and heard.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow
Today is a Share the Plate Sunday when we share half of our offering with a community organization. And Lucy Clemente from the Greater Danbury, AIDS Interfaith AIDS Ministry of Greater Danbury was not able to make it today. But I wanted to take an opportunity to share a little bit because we normally give gifts to the AIDS ministry during our Mitten Tree Project in December. And this year, we're going to do things a little differently. Instead, we're going to be collecting in November for the AIDS ministry. And then in December, we're going to be giving gifts for some of the families in Greater Danbury Unites for Immigrants. And so I would like to invite you to give as generously as possible, as if you are giving some Christmas gifts for this November offering, if you are able, for the Interfaith AIDS Ministry. Thank you very much. And we'll, you want to do that? Okay.
When you give time, energy, and financial contributions to the congregation, you're giving gifts one to another. It is how we survive and keep going. I ask you to continue your amazing generosity this morning. And while we're taking our offering, we're going to come around and take up food for the Dorothy Day House. And just another reminder, we need someone to take that over there in November. So, in your order of service and in different places around the room, in this bookcase and the shelf over here and over here, you're going to notice a very faint piece of paper with a very faint outline of a human head on it. Different versions in your order of service. This is for your art project of the morning. If you would like something to draw on, there are hymnals right outside the door. There are colored pencils up back, and there are markers up front. And what we are going to make today are icons. Icons come out of the Eastern Orthodox branch of Christianity. And it's a practice of making a picture of famous saints, famous people in that religious community, people who to them were an example of how to be a good Christian, how to live a good life. And they call these pictures icons. Icons have a picture of a saint or Jesus on them and usually illustrate in some way what that person or saint was known for. And they also have their name or abbreviation of their name in Greek letters. So in the one of Jesus, the two Greek letters on that side are Iesus, I and S, and Christos, the key, and the S over here. So it's a shortened version of the name. And we have, I think, one of Mary as well in the Christian tradition. And all kinds of saints in the Christian tradition have these images made of them. And they have certain similarities. They have halos around their head and illustrations or words about what they were known for. Other religions have images of gods and famous teachers as well. Ancient Egyptian gods in the hieroglyphic and pyramid record. Hindu deities such as Ganesha and Shiva, and pictures of the Buddha are common. And the god and goddess, or Mother Earth and Green Man, however you think of that, out of the pagan tradition. And in recent years, Christians who work for justice have been making icons of famous activists like Martin Luther King Jr. and Martha P. Johnson, Dorothy Day, and Cesar Chavez, Malala Yousafzai, and Greta Thunberg. The person who did Greta made her hair move. I like that. And icons of people we don't even know by name, like all the saints we don't know, such as Black Lives Matter activists and immigrants and their families. And some Unitarian Universalists in recent years have even made icons of Unitarian Universalists, like Sophia Leon Faz, famous minister and religious educator, or Reverend William Ellery Channing. And this is a more obscure Unitarian saint. Maybe Randy will have heard of him before. Octavia Brooks Frothingham. And this was done for Reverend Tandy Rogers' ordination. She had a bunch of icons made, and this was the most, I think, modern art conception of one that was done. And so all of these things represent a holy person. And as I said before, you are a holy person, as are the ancestors you remembered today. But in Unitarian Universalism, we believe everybody is special and sacred and worthy of inclusion and love and acceptance and celebration. So we've given you outlines of a human head to make an icon of, believe it or not, yourself. Here's me. And we have a little time set aside now for you to do that. If you would rather make an icon of someone else, you certainly can, especially one of your ancestors who has passed away, or somebody else you think is a very important and good person. So take a moment. There's hymnals to write or draw on. There's colored pencils out back. There's markers up front. It doesn't matter what your art is like. If you made it, it's good art. It's about remembering that you are special and holy and lovable and acceptable and wonderful. What about you can you celebrate? Or what about someone you love can you celebrate and make an icon out of them? I had a friend down in Texas, and when she got ordained, I made an icon of her. So we'll give you a couple of minutes to work on that. if you want to lend an air of authenticity, I'm happy to write the person's name in Greek letters on your icon if you like. I'm going to wager we're the only congregation in town where a room full of adults are coloring this morning. UUCD for the win once again. If you have a cell phone with you and you're adept at taking a photograph with it, I invite you to take a photograph of your icon and send it to me, and we'll compile a slideshow of all of them. You don't even need to identify yourself as the artist if you don't want to. But if you would like to let us know who you are and who your icon is of, that'd be great too. Oh, can we get an online digital sheet? You know, I forgot about that, but I think if you're able to access the order of service online, they were included in the order of service. I think it's there, and that's why I put it in the order of service. So let me know if you don't have it in that online order of service, and we'll make sure we get it out to people who are online today. It is? Oh, it is. So it is on the outlines of the heads are included in the online order of service that you got in the link in the email this morning. Great. We did that on purpose. I'm glad it worked. You absolutely can add your icons to the altar if you would like to do so.
Mention him at the mic, but I didn't get
Yeah, go ahead.
now.
Sure.
Okay. This is a person that just passed away. I've been at the senior home for 4 months. I saw him at breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. And he was a New York firefighter, and he always tried to smile, but he was obviously in pain, and he had a very nice smile. And he liked to talk about his firefighting. And he was always hungry, very tall, very big. He would have 3 pancakes, 2 eggs, and bacon or sausage and coffee. So we're going to miss him. Oh, and he was in love with a woman named Antoinette, who sat right next to him holding his hand. This was a budding romance in the senior home.
I invite you now to join me in the words of extinguishing our chalice. We extinguish You can continue to work on your icons. When you're finished, please return your pencils and markers, and please rise in body or spirit and join us in singing, "Go on your way, enjoy, my friends."
Go on your way, enjoy, my friends. Go on your way, enjoy, my friends. Go on your way, enjoy, my friends. Let your left foot say glory and your right say amen. Go on your way. Are there more? Are there more? Oh. Go on your way and hope, my friends. Go on your way and hope, my friends. Go on your way and hope, my friends. Your right say amen.
Yay! Grateful for our time together, we take our open and thankful hearts back to our lives. And when you leave here today, holy ones, go in peace. Amen. Thank you.